up until July. So we just so we figured that, I think something I needed in undergrad, and as I was developing my interest in international law was developing, was just that mentor person to tell you, oh, there's this in international law. Because I think most universities in South Africa, I don't know about in other countries, but they are so, articles focused, like, oh, the law firms come, they do those law professions day, but there's nothing, focused on international law. And for people who are interested in international law, I think most people think in international law, you either become, I think more, there are more options to explore. So that's what this mentorship program is about. So for the mentees who join this program, you're going to benefit immensely. We have like a great team of mentors for this pilot program, and we're so thrilled to have them on board. So I just want to can you please show the program aims on the screen? If not, thanks. Great, thank you. So the program aims include to share skills and knowledge and more experienced professionals in international law with novices in the field, to assist early career professionals in entering the field of international law, whether you are, an early career professional, you're an undergrad student, you're a postgrad student, to foster career development skills, CV writing, publishing, if you want to get into the academia, things like that. And how do you apply for conferences? How do you get internships at international organizations? To provide guidance and support for emerging professionals in international law, and to bridge the gap between senior and mid-level professionals in international law. And I think it's particularly important for South Africans. I'm a South African, I'm not tooting anyone's horn, but considering Professor Diresladi's appointment to the ICJ, the South African case and the ICJ as well, the Palestine case, there's like a new, focus in international law. And I think you guys, picked the right time to join this mentorship program of ours. So this mentorship program, we're gonna have 6 pods, right? So in these 6 pods, there are 6 mentors who have different focuses and specializations in international law. And the amount of people in the pods range from, I think, 2 to 6. It depends with, the number of mentees we received who are interested in, in a particular field. And this is going to run from March 2024 to July 2024. And you guys are the mentors and the mentees. You're at liberty to schedule the meetings at whatever time suits you, but just make sure you stick to the timeline we're going to show in the next slide. So you're supposed to have like your first meeting, maybe beginning of April, since it's actually end of March, actually. We'll show you the timeline in the next slide. And yeah, you're supposed to meet online at least 3 to 4 times during this mentorship program. So the duties and the responsibilities of the mentees, you're supposed to communicate effectively with your mentor. You're supposed to manage your time wisely to fit in the pod meetings. You're supposed to prepare beforehand for the meetings. You're supposed to be professional. You're going to be dealing with, professionals and important people. So you need to be able to communicate effectively, and you need to be able to provide feedback and follow up on your mentor, and you should contribute and participate. I think you'd benefit immensely from contributing, even though you might not be confident, but we're going to create a space for you guys, to gain those skills, the soft skills and the hard skills, for you to thrive in this profession of international law. And the duties of the mentors provide their time and expertise. They are also the leaders of the boards. You can benefit from them, from their experiences and how they've navigated their own careers. And they will provide support and provide opportunities for dialogue and foster understanding. So yeah, I really, wish you guys the best in this pilot program. And we just showed you the timeline for completion. So conducted by the end of March, in the second pod meeting late April. So like a month's space. between the pod meetings. And we are going to schedule an international law lecture where we're going to invite a professor in international law, someone in international law to just speak on, the current international law debates, whether it's with regards to indigenous knowledge and Palestine case and things like that. And we are going to have the third pod meeting in May. And we're also going to have a financial management lecture, because I know most of our mentees are undergrads and postgrads, and you're applying for bursaries, you're applying for scholarships, and, so you need to have that, financial know-how and, how to take with that if you want to be an early career professional in international law and things like that. And our fourth pod meeting is going to happen end of June. And then we're going to have a closing meeting where we have the president of SABILA there with us, Professor Henny Stridom, and you guys are going to get certificates of completion. So yeah, that's what we have for you. I'm going to hand over to Chrisna, the vice chair of the Young Practitioners Network, and she'll take you through it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Davidzo. Good afternoon, distinguished participants. It is an honor for me to present to you today the overview of the program, and more so to the contents and the structure thereof. So let's begin with an overview. As mentioned earlier, the program consists of 4 to 6 compulsory online meetings, which all the mentors and mentees are expected to attend. And these meetings start from the initial pod meeting throughout to the fourth final meeting, encompassing vital discussions and activities aimed at developing your career within the field of international law. And additionally, as Davidzo said, there are 2 general lectures that are to be hosted by the network, providing the mentees with a well-rounded approach as to their career interests and their financial undertakings. So pod meeting 1, that's the introduction and orientation. The aim thereof is to establish the career goals and mentoring objectives, and to discuss both substantive and logistical aspects of the program. And the meeting is designed in such a way as to foster introductions and to set and to serve as the backbone for future for future deliberations. And a key aspect is the discussion on career goals and objectives. And then we require of all mentees to please fill in worksheet A, where I've been and where I'm going. That's referred to as the Annexure A. And then mentoring goals and to be filled in and discussed. And an important part of the meeting is to establish preferred modes and times for communication to be agreed upon, and to fill in the pilot mentorship program plan and availability chart that is referred to as Annexure D. And then we have a Q&A session for all the mentees to ask any questions that they might have at the stage. And then we have a closing and next steps, the membership agreement, which should be signed and sent to SABILA. And at this stage, we kindly require of all the mentees to submit their resumes and CVs to their mentors prior to pod meeting 2. For the second pod meeting, we have the resume and CV building workshop. This meeting is divided into 2 parts. The first part aims to provide a discussion and feedback on the resumes provided by the mentees prior to the meeting. The mentors are to provide basic introductions to resume and CV drafting in the field of international law, and this will be followed by a guide analysis and feedback on the submitted resumes by the mentees. And then we ask of the mentors to deliberate on the specific elements and requirements needed for a successful resume and CV, highlighting the various skills required for job hunting and professional experience to be included within these resumes and CVs in order to have a successful career within international law. And so the second part of the meeting encompasses an interactive activity. This is a mock interview that lasts from 15 to 20 minutes. The objectives are to ask specific questions tailored to mentees' area of career interest, to provide constructive feedback on mentees' responses, and to provide tips and advice on presenting oneself confidently, refining responses, and the importance of networking and prioritizing long-term career objectives. And then, of course, for customizing answers to specific job needs, academia versus industry. So moving on to the international law lecture that we will be hosting, at the beginning of May. The lecture covers a wide range of issues related to the principles, rules, and institutions governing the relationship between states, international organizations, and individuals. And the objective of the lecture is to provide the mentees as early career individuals with a comprehensive understanding of the principles, doctrines, and practical applications of international law in today's globalized world. And in doing so, it aims at establishing and identifying best practices moving forward. The third part meeting, which focuses on career development, aims to obtain a crucial understanding of the technical, hard, and interpersonal soft skills necessary for different career paths within the field of international law. And the session is structured as follows. It provides various ways in which international law is practiced to be deliberated and explored, hard skills and soft skills relevant to career paths of mentees, as well as to how to develop these skills are to be discussed. Additional skill development exercises are optional, but we do encourage mentees to participate in these exercises in order to practice these skills and to put to the test the knowledge they've gained. So the two choices that we've provided is a legal analysis or a critical thinking roundtable centered around a particular international law issue. And then we move on to the financial management lecture. The network will organize a lecture on financial management, obviously to take place at the beginning of June, hopefully. The topics explored, as Davidzo said, include student debt management, early career financial planning, and it seeks to provide mentees with the guidance on setting financial goals, creating budgets, amongst others, and to understand prospective employee benefits and taking on financial decisions early in one's career. So for the final part meeting, which is structured in two parts. The first part being the international law topic discussion. So this is where mentees decide on a particular topic for discussion and plan beforehand. And then present the topic in either a case study, a book discussion, or a comparative legal analysis. The second part of the program of the session, participants are required to reflect on whether their mentoring expectations are met, and all answered questions will then be addressed by the mentees. And we kindly ask of all the mentees and mentors to fill in evaluation survey that is marked HE, not F. We've noted a few inconsistencies contained in the information booklet, and we've did those, and we are planning to send them out to everyone following this meeting. And then, yes, we then move on to the conditions for successful completion of the program. An important part of this aspect is that we would like to emphasize mentees' participation and contribution to the program, and they can showcase this by planning and scheduling the meetings with their mentors and fellow pod mentees. And yes, that is all from my side with regards to the technical part of the program. And we would now like to open the floor for any further questions. And yes.
Great. If no one's got any questions, I just want to quickly thank all the mentors for offering up their time to partake in this. We really appreciate it. And we hope that the mentees and the mentors will benefit from interaction.
Thank you.
Yes, Arnold. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you for joining.
I have a question, if I may.
Yes.
Yeah, no, thank you very much. And this sounds amazing, actually. Well, congratulations on a really well planned and structured program. Just as a practical thing, just as a mentor, is there a suggested time length for each of the pod meetings? Did you have in mind?
Yeah, I would say try to stick to an hour, you know, and the templates we've provided are really just guidelines. We don't expect it to be go exactly to the plan. So it's really up to you, but we don't want to take up too much of your time as well. So I think an hour and a half max would be good.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Looking forward to it.
No, thank you so much for participating. Any other questions? Great. I think that then concludes our meeting. We will also be sending this recording to all the mentors and mentees. And we ask either the mentor or the mentees the next step would be to reach out to your pod to set up the first meeting. And yeah, that's all from my side. Chrisna, Davidzo, anything from yours?
Nothing from my side. I'm just excited, you know, for everyone who's joined, the mentor and the mentees. Thank you so much. We look forward to having you be part of this and probably contributing to our newsletter. We also have a running newsletter, and the next one is coming out in April. So we'll communicate further about that for possible contribution in the newsletter and things like that. But yeah, thank you.
Great, thank you. Okay, and then on that note, thank you very much. Thanks for joining. And please, if you've got any questions, you can reach out to myself or Chrisna or Davidzo at any time by email. Hope you all have a good day. Bye.
Thanks very much for putting this together, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you for joining. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye, everybody.